Time magazine predicting a gloomy forecast for President Biden on their new cover, which commemorates the president's first year, along with the dark cloud hanging over his administration.
Joe Concha is here. And Joe, the Time magazine headline, how the Biden administration lost its way. Quote, an administration that pledged to restore competence and normalcy seems overmatched and reactive. Democrats fear that a harsh political backlash looms. Sounds about right to me. What say you?
You have to wonder, Carly, what White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki and Chief of Staff Ron Klain are thinking right now, because I am certain they didn't have media turns against us on its bingo card 1 year ago. And look, it's clear, and here's your Captain Obvious statement coming. There ain't nothing going right for Biden-Harris right now. And unlike Bill Clinton in his first year, when he was polling at 37%, or Barack Obama, who was at 40% heading into an election year, you don't get the feeling there's a comeback coming for this administration, because the public more and more sees this president, this vice president, the administration as a whole as incompetent, over their head, out of touch with the pulse of the American people. Their priorities right now are inflation, crime, COVID, education, and the border. That's top of mind right now in terms of the public's priorities. So what does Team Biden do? They push a massive spending bill and what they call voting rights. Plus, the president is acting his age at this point. He's stubborn, he's unsteady, and the vice president is no plan B. Just go watch her interviews recently. 2021 was bad. 2022 may actually be worse for this administration and Democrats, who are accomplished at complaining, but patently poor, it seems, at governing and executing these days.
Joe, that was the best summary that we've heard on this. You literally hit everything perfectly. Clip that, air it throughout the network for the rest of the day. Meantime, liberal media keeping Brianna Kupfer's story off their homepages. We've got to get serious here. And when they did run it, they didn't use the suspect's picture, made no mention of his enormous rap sheet. Joe, forget as journalists, but as humans, how can they callously ignore that part of the story, all in furtherance of this perverse woke agenda?
Todd, it's a replay of the Waukesha Christmas parade, right? Here's the storyline. A suspect with a rap sheet stretching a country mile, who had no business being on the street, senselessly murdering a young woman with her whole life ahead of her. Waukesha, obviously, it was more than just one person. It was grandmothers and it was children. And imagine if someone wearing a Make America Great Again hat had committed those murders in Wisconsin or this horrific murder in California. It would be wall-to-wall-to-wall coverage. But it seems if the suspect doesn't match up with a certain political narrative, the story is forgotten quickly. And that's just journalistic injustice, quite frankly.
No, and we're not going to forget it here. Joe, thank you so much for joining us this morning on these two very important topics. Happy Friday.